Hey,
Hey,
Lords of Apathy.
Lords of Apathy.
Woo!
We're back.
So much has happened.
What a couple of months.
Has it been just a couple?
No, it's been several. So I did one video while I was sick, and I never posted it because I did it on the new phone.
Whoa, you were
With this
sick?
other app. Huh?
You were sick?
Yeah, did I? Yeah. So I posted the drinking video.
Yeah.
I did like a drink and some shout outs, and then like the next day I was sick. I got the COVID. That's when the shit hit the fan.
Jesus. I'm
All right.
back.
Yeah, fuck you. Piece of shit. So I was gonna do a video, right, about the intellectual dark web, and then I never posted it because I did it in something called Clips in the iPhone. I don't know how it works. I was supposed to do a video with D Prophet, David, the rapper, out in Worcester. You're an asshole. I'm just kidding. But he blew me off this week, so that didn't get done. Whatever. But we're here.
Okay.
I'm alive. What's going on with you?
Oh man. So what are we talking about? Let's talk about this, right? I can't even say post-COVID because we're still doing it.
Yeah.
During this COVID shit, I guess just what we've been talking about. During this COVID shit, it's the end of May right now, right?
Yeah, we're hitting June 1st,
Monday?
and it's Saturday, yeah.
Exactly. So it's the end of May, and now this George Floyd,
I apologize if we don't remember the name. George
the
Floyd.
brother that was murdered.
Yeah. In
This is
Minneapolis.
happening. One thing, the thought in my head was, with all of this shit going down, are people still worried about COVID? That's just one thing. Should people be?
Are you asking?
I mean, I got a mask on. Well, not really. It's like it's rhetorical. I got a mask on, right? Shit like that, right? But people are pushed to the point where they don't give a fuck. They're upset. I'm kind of losing myself here.
Well, I'll pick it up then real quick.
Wait.
Have you been drinking?
No, not at all.
Neither have I.
COVID.
Yeah. I was sick. I didn't drink. So, yeah. So, what I was thinking as you were asking that question, as I was reading earlier, the first thing I was thinking with masks, right, and the appearance of masks on black males. How much easier it is for me to wear a mask than you in public. Then you think about groups like Antifa that are allegedly always defending this kind of thing that are out there in full-fledged masks. So now you have the protesters that maybe the liberal media that wants to help or show the truth or whatever it is. If you do have a mask on and you're rioting or protesting, you're going to look like this wild militant, right? So you're out there fighting for a righteous cause and protecting yourself and protecting others with the mask, and yet you're still fucking losing, right? I don't know.
I think it's important for people to get their frustrations out the way they need to. The rioting, obviously, I think it's a force, it's unnecessary, but dude, there's that type of rage that's out there, and it's happening, but what's the change that it's going to bring? Even if these guys get what they need, is this going to slowly filter into the systematic racism that's been there? Here's another thing, right? I mean, everybody's talking about the Floyd situation because that shit sparked it, and there's so many stories that happens, like almost 2 a week now, I think, or one a week. The one with the guy in the Central Park, the bird watcher.
Right, yeah. He was asking the lady to follow the law.
Yeah, did you
and save
see
the
that
dog.
video though? Here's the thing though, that lady.
I can't watch any of this shit. I know it's bad.
I watch them once just so I can have something to refer to, but I can't watch them over and over again. I feel like it takes a piece of your soul away. So that lady right there, right? I mean, we can't look at this as like Trump. This is not something Trump's backing in regards to systematic racism. Trump is possibly part of the problem.
Perpetually.
Sure, but that lady, she was a Democrat. She was the hedge fund manager, I want to say, or the manager of an investment firm. So like you saw the way she went to the phone. I mean, I guess you didn't see it, but she went to the phone. She went to the phone, dude, passionately. If there was no video recording, you would have thought she was drop kicking him. And it slowly, the tone of the call slowly escalated, where he was as far as away. He was like 12 feet away, double social distancing, and just recording her. She's had I feel like the PETA people, there were people more upset of the fact of the way she was choking the dog than the fact that like she was pretty much trying to get somebody in some serious legal issues. You know what I'm saying? But she was a Democrat, supported Obama and everything when they looked up her shit. Like, I mean, you know, and it's neither here nor there in regards to.
When they looked up her shit, isn't that weird that you can look up the shit? Was this person racist? Well, let's see if
Or
she
you can
voted
look up
for
everybody's
Obama. It's
shit.
fucking yeah.
Yeah.
That's another conversation for another
Social
time.
media, right?
But
Oh, who they
this
supporting?
thing with the liberals and doing this fucking purity test to figure out if all these liberals, I don't even want to say us because I don't consider myself that. I'm certainly not a conservative anymore, but every aspect of liberalism I looked at that is just broken into different tribes now, I'm completely disgusted with, especially because of the fact that it's usually a white person behind the mic that's running this bullshit. But like this fact where we're like, well, let's see how she voted. Is she a liberal? Because if she is, maybe she's not so much. That doesn't matter. For shit's sakes, like I don't see how that's going to absolve her racism because she voted for a liberal because she's a Democrat. For shit's sakes, I don't know, man. I'm just apathetic to this idea of, well, when things go back to normal with the COVID. I don't know. That's another conversation. Did 100,000 people in this country need to die, black, white, or whatever? I don't know if they needed to, but they did.
This is unfortunate.
And then tied to to this bullshit that's going on over in throughout the country, these vigilante cops that are murdering unarmed black men. It's just like, I just feel like it's Groundhog Day. We've seen it where they get where someone gets killed,
And here's the
there's
thing.
protest that turns into rioting, and then maybe we'll bring charges against them.
Here's the thing.
Even if there's charges,
Here's the thing.
how does it stop?
I feel like one of these things we have to look at and accept on both sides is that this dude wasn't a vigilante cop, bro. Like, he was a wrong dude, like we all both know. But he wasn't a vigilante cop. He was on the force for years. He had multiple to
Like
the point.
18 complaints.
Yeah, like I last I read was 10 or 12. But complaints in regards to him, that's not a vigilante. That's a vet in the department. That's systematic. These boys are brought up to do this, to be like that. You get a couple of blacks and whatnot. You get a couple of his boy right next to him, the Asian dude. You get them in there, but it's a brotherhood. And that brotherhood, unfortunately, there's a lot of racist fucking roots to it, man. Whether you have the blacks and the whites in it, that's, hey man, they just got in it. You know what I'm saying? I don't put no blame to them or anything like that, but fundamentally, the institution itself, it's racism. It's systematic, just like the housing shit that we were talking about.
Talking about that,
it's all
right.
systematic. And my thing is, it's like, how can we make a change? The only way I see that we can make a change, and I don't believe it because I'm apathetic on it, but that's the only best route to at least put a dent in this, is we are the number one consumers in this country for some fucking reason. I have other opinions on that, but that's our power. If we can direct it, and I'm not just talking about boycotting like Gucci for 3 months, like that makes a fucking difference. But I'm talking about if we can direct that, but we can't because there is no, what's the word? Collective thought.
Unity, not unity.
Solidarity.
I don't know.
Within, let's not say the black community, let's just say, even like there's white folks out there in the protest, you saw, man, they were holding hands. White folks are disgusted at this shit too.
Sure.
That's where the solidarity, that's where the collaboration needs to come from, because it's not just a black and white thing. But will it happen? No.
Well, there's so many, like I said earlier, this thing of we need to have a conversation about race that statement is getting as played out as thoughts and prayers when there's a mass shooting. It's not. It doesn't happen.
We need
And
action about race.
Right.
What are we going to talk about?
Hey,
We got
yeah,
fucking,
right.
we got movies that explain the shit better than anything. Fucking Roots, Amistad.
When-
Like we're good with the conversation.
There's so
There's
many
no debate
there's
or
so many
conversation.
questions, and
Yeah.
everybody just wants to make statements.
And a lot
like,
of people
you
are
know?
on the same page, man. A lot of people don't give a fuck about the plight. And not to blame them or whatever, but I mean, you just have to look at it objectively. Like, if I see a situation that's going on with a group of people, and I don't have that problem. I never grew up as a black man to look at all these whatever as, like, let's say, just a regular white man. If they don't see that problem, if they never experienced it, you can't really say that it's their duty to help in regards to the inequality. I mean, morally, you would think somebody, with some thought or whatever, but when you expect them to be soldiers on the front line, I'm like, there's levels to this shit in regards to human beings. On the white side and on the black side. On the black side, I'm like, yo, man, all these fucking gangsters and shit, dying, drugs, killing each other. One of y'all motherfuckers need to come together, because you guys come together real quick and easy to sell a brick. Come together, and somebody, I'm not saying this should happen, but like, there should be that same organization where, like, yo, they take one of ours, we take the guy that took ours. Every time it happens, every time that happens, then motherfuckers would think twice. But no, man, no.
Well, I think there's this uncomfortable part of white people wanting to get involved and just having a misstep or making it uncomfortable, or just like Madonna's son was dancing to "They Don't Care About Us" for Michael Jackson. It was kind of just off-putting, and it didn't make sense. There was well-intentioned, but it's just like it's kind of like raises a brow of this white wokeness. Like, we got to do something. It's just a matter of what's the question is what. It's
I don't know what it is, but if I'm going to continuously be offended by people that are against me and the people that want to be with me, but for some reason they resemble the people that are against me, so I'm going to be offended by everything that they say, I'm sorry, but I don't think that's the best route to it. I think that just breeds the same shit, and the same shit is going to continue to happen.
I mean, at the end of the day, we got this fucking piece of shit in the White House who makes everything a vendetta and vindictive, unless it's somehow verbally blowing him. And it's just like when these things you look for leadership, right? You shouldn't look for leadership, especially in people that have no idea what we go through, no matter who the president is. But when you make it more divisive like this, when you go on social media and say, we will shoot, who's he speaking for? There's so many layers to this where it's just like there's so many questions that are not going to get addressed in this whole umbrella of we need to have a conversation about race. I don't know.
It's going to be destruction. It's going to be lives lost in any revolution.
Yeah.
And, I mean, would you rather have the slow revolution or the quick revolution? With Trump being in office, I mean, you get a lot of people that are emboldened and they're saying what they say, but if they've always been there, maybe it's a good thing that we know that this is their point of view now, than it continuously run through systematically and destroy us. So, I mean, I don't know. But this is what it is. We still got to live through it, though, right?
It's sad. I just want the bullshit to stop, and like I said, I tuned out because what the fuck's my opinion matter anymore? I don't know. It's a bad outlook on it, but I'm like,
we all live in our personal worlds. We have to have our own personal opinions, but unless it becomes collective, we can have this talk like we do. LOA.
this wasn't our funnest conversation.
Sometimes shit ain't fun, though, right?